Games that tell a great love story are exceptionally rare, and that's too bad. Here at Games Radar, we wanted to celebrate and give recognition to the games that go above and beyond to share with us their tales of romance. We've pulled together 7 of gaming's most heartfelt fairy tales, and now it's time to share the love. YUNA and TIDUS? What is it? No, I don't know what it... okay. YUNA and Meg Ryan, circa 1998, from Final Fantasy X. The Final Fantasy series has seen a number of fan-favorite love stories, but if we have to limit ourselves to one courtship from the long-running franchise, we're going with the lovebirds of Final Fantasy X. Both may fit archetypes. He's the star athlete of an ancient civilization. She's the shy girl next door who can summon dragons. But they fall for each other in a very real way. A big part of what makes this pair so great is that for most of the game, they're just friends, baby. Take the time to get to know each other. And when they finally do connect, it feels earned. And it doesn't hurt that it's portrayed via one of the most beautiful, touching scenes in franchise history. The sequel Final Fantasy X-2 gives this relationship a little extra impact. It's incredibly rare to see a game's love story from a woman's perspective, and it's a beautiful thing. Monkey and Trip from Enslaved. With some help from Performance Capture Tech, Enslaved Odyssey to the West 2 leads, Monkey and Trip, felt particularly real. Monkey starts the game as Trip's unwilling slave, but only because Trip is in desperate need of someone to guide her through the robot-infested wilderness. These intense circumstances force them to be allies, but things deepen quickly. Whether Monkey is saving her life or Trip is bearing her soul to him over a campfire, just looking at the characters' eyes will tell you their relationship is evolving. Though we see little in the way of physical contact between the two, we can look at their faces and know they're in love. Number 5. Nathan Drake and Elena Fisher from the Uncharted series. Superficially, Nathan Drake is cast in the same mold as action icons like Indiana Jones and James Bond. So while we enjoyed Nate's flirtatious encounters with journalist Elena Fisher in the first Uncharted, we figured that would be the end of it. And when Uncharted 2 Among Thieves began with Drake meeting his old flame Chloe, it seemed like Elena was yesterday's news. Instead, the sassy blonde returned midway through that game, reminding Nathan of how good they are together. Elena is a selfless, caring individual, and that inspires Drake to find those qualities in himself. By the end of the game, Nathan was far more interested in saving people, Elena included, than finding treasure. Although, it could be said that Elena was his real treasure. John Marston and Abigail Marston from Red Dead Redemption. Not every great love story has to be about how people fall in love. Some of the best romances are about the devotion that keeps a relationship strong long after the honeymoon. Take John and Abigail Marston. These two fell in love years before Red Dead Redemption begins, but they're still devoted to each other after ditching a life of crime for farm work. John Marston spends most of Red Dead Redemption hunting his former partners in crime so he can free his wife and son from the feds. John is faithful throughout his quest, and once he's reunited with his family, he resumes his honest work on the ranch. Running the homestead with his wife isn't perfect, maybe even a little boring, but no matter how tough the chores were, at the end of each day you could see that Abigail and John were happy with their new, modest lives. Wander and... Okay, is it mono or is it mono? I don't understand. Why do these have to be... Why do they have to be so weird? Why you gotta have weird names? Wander and Mono from Shadow of the Colossus. Sometimes love will make you do crazy things. Love can even transform you into someone else if you're as reckless a person as Wander from Shadow of the Colossus. Wander enters a forbidden land, makes a pact with the mysterious, formless voice, and proceeds to kill 16 towering beasts, all to resurrect his lost love, Mono. Is it worth the price? Each murdered creature brings him closer to his goal, but Wander slowly changes, becoming more and more monstrous and diseased. Once he has slain his last colossi, Mono is revived, but Wander's only rewards are painful death and demonic possession. He holds on for as long as he can, but is eventually banished, never to hold the woman he loves in his arms again. We didn't say every love story on this list would be happy. Guybrush Threepwood and Elaine Marley from the Monkey Island series. Guybrush and Elaine's relationship might not make much sense from the outside, what with her being a governor turned queen of pirates and Guybrush being essentially a pirate fanboy. The differences that should keep them apart only make them a better romantic comedy duo, and they somehow always find a way to make their disparities work. Over the course of multiple games, you see them forge a connection that's stronger than any ghost or zombie curse. Johnny and River from To the Moon. To the Moon's love story isn't an aside or sub-facet of the main story. It is the main story. When the game begins, you're introduced to Johnny, an elderly man with a dying wish to go to the moon. Or at least experience going to the moon, as you're tasked with implanting an artificial memory into his brain so he can rest in peace. But once you start digging through his memories, you uncover a unique relationship with his wife, River, who died a few years earlier. River has a disorder that makes their communication difficult. She creates rooms full of origami bunnies for him, and he has no idea why. He writes her a song that she doesn't respond to. She asks him strange questions that he doesn't understand. The deeper you dive into Johnny's mind, the more you learn about his relationship with this unique woman, why they're doing the things they're doing, and why, of all things, Johnny's dying wish is to go to the moon. And yes, you're definitely going to cry. Thanks for joining us here on Games Radar Late Nights. If you want more content just like this, be sure to subscribe to Games Radar.